People First in Nebraska, the first chapter was in Omaha. Mm-hmm. And it was started by a gentleman named Raymond Loomis. And if you look out on the wall out there, you'll see the poster. But he wanted to have a support group. And so it's called Project 2 because the ARC was Project 1. And that was for the parents. Project 2, it's for us.
Okay.
And so they supported each other, and that's where it was started. And then I got involved in like 3 years after they started. So right when they started planning the first conference, I volunteered doing the People First stuff. I did that for like 10 years, and then they finally hired me. So I did it for 17 years altogether. I was the self-advocacy coordinator, so I was the first staff person and the first staff person with a disability. Mm-hmm. And one of my jobs was to support the chapters. Well, part of my job was to support the chapters and also start new chapters. Well, the person who was president had gone to the newspaper and found out that you could get rides with them. So they took, it was called the Omaha World Herald, they took the paper all over the state, and that's how I got to chapters. Is that I would ride with them, and I had to deliver the newspapers, but I got to the chapters that way. So that's my story of being resourceful. David was the director of the ARC, and People First in Nebraska had this language in its state statutes that was moron, idiot, and imbecile. You know, all the kind of language that self-advocates like. And so we knew how to testify, but we didn't know how to write our own bill. So what we did is we went and we talked to David about what we were going to have to do. And Nebraska is the only state that has a unicameral in the country. So we asked, he told us we were going to have to ask one of our senators to help us sponsor the bill. And I look at him and I say, we're going to have to do what? Because, you know, it's like people see legislators up here sometimes. And so we were afraid to go and talk to him. And but we finally did, because one of the People First members had a father who was a senator. And so we asked Senator Seek to sponsor the bill, and he did. And then when they have what they call the introduction of the bill, and that's when the sponsor introduces it, he let me introduce it. And that was very cool that I got to read that.